In his beginnings, this city was to a great distance of the principal colonial Spanish center, which were located to the center and to the west of the Viceroyalty. The definitive foundation happened on September 20, 1596, and was at the expense of Don Diego de Montemayor, who put for name Metropolitan City of Our Lady of Monterrey in honor to Don Gaspar de Zúñiga and Acevedo, Count of Monterrey. Castilla is the victory of at the time of the New Spain. Monterrey city reached a real importance of the Porfiriato and the end of the 19th century and the beginnings of the 20th, with the first industrial implementations like hive ovens and the factory segments of glass and brewery.
Yeah. Walking around here, once I met a Philippine couple because they were on a trip in Monterrey and I offered to give them a tour. Let me call them.
Yeah. Do you remember when we went to Monterrey? It was a great experience. I really like to go again.
Yeah, me too. What places do you like the most?
I really like it to go Horno Tres because I like the history about that. So it's awesome and it's something that I didn't expect that this place.
Well, the place that I like the most it was the Wax Museum because I think that all the sculptures they caught my attention and also that were very good. So I think I enjoy seeing them. Like to visit again, it was the Chipinca Park because it's something about my favorite places, and also you can be with the nature, and also you can enjoy the look of the city. It was very good.
Well, I also like to Grutas to Garcia because I think that was an incredible place to go and visit the caves.
And what dishes do you like the most? I mean, do you want to try again?
Yeah, why not?
But what? I mean, what kind of dish do you want to try?
Well, I really like to barbecue and arrachera.
Well, I really like it too, but I think that I prefer I eat arrachera, I will eat with frijoles with veneno.
Well, don't forget the cuajitos.
It's not my fave, so I can eat it.
Well, for me, it was a good idea to eat because I think that is my favorite dish of there.
Well, for me, I think that was machacado because I mean without the egg because I don't like it. But if you only put the meat and the vegetable, it will be awesome.
Well, that's a good dish.
And what music do you like here? I mean, if you don't like the music here.
Well, actually, it wasn't to my favorite type of music, but I like it.
Yeah, I think that I am saying, but I like more the dance that they have here because they do like a different type of dance, so I really like it.
So that's mean that you like the custom too?
Yeah, there were like very good costumes and also they were like very colorful.
The museum, Horno Tres, is an interactive science and technology center that, through fun interactive experiences, promotes scientific and technological education in the community. Musera offers the possibility of living memorable experiences through a tour, accompanied by the most outstanding personalities of modern history.
Parque Fundidora is an inclusive and multifunctional urban park, inclusive and multifunctional, that contributes to reinforcing the social by offering green space, safe, and 100% free access. The title of Industrial Archaeology Site Museum has been obtained by the National Institute of Anthropology and History for the historical value of the 27 macrostructures, 127 pieces of machinery, and many other things that make up this place, which represents an invaluable industrial heritage for Nuevo León.
Paseo Santa Lucia is considered one of the 13 wonders of Mexico created by man. Visitors can embark on a charming tour of the river that leads from Parque Fundidora to the Museum of Mexican History. It's one of the most attractive and most visited places by tourists who arrive in Monterrey. During the journey, visitors can enjoy illuminated fountains, bridges, murals of great Monterrey artists, green areas, etc., which create perfect landscapes and scenarios.
It is a gastronomic concept that diffuses the regal essence of the typical dishes of a Nuevo León with the styles and flavors from other cuisines of the world, creating an international
The menu includes appetizers like smoked cabrito and tacos, salads, soups, sea main course, land main course, a kids menu and desserts, and a lot of options of wines and cocktails.
The cuisine in the north of Mexico tends to be very different to that of the rest of the country. For example, the specialty in Monterrey is the cabrito, slow cooked of a charcoal fire, giving it a unique smoke taste. The locals say that if you haven't tried cabrito, it's like you haven't really visited Monterrey. The dish is traditional, accompanied by flour tortillas, frijoles borrachos, and pico de gallo.
Mexico and its semi-desert soil forced the Spanish colonizers to import cattle, starting the tradition of the cattle ranches and the consumption of meat in the region. One of the highlights is the tender cut called arrachera, which is very typical of the region. Unlike other states in Mexico, tortillas here are normally made from flour rather than corn, and a regional flavor is sobaqueras, which are huge flour tortillas. Cuajitos de Suazua comes from an old Spanish recipe, which was for stew using the intestines and stomach of the goat. Nowadays, it is prepared with the tough parts of the cow, including the chest, neck, and back, seasoning them with chili, onion, and tomato. It is boiled for 8 hours, resulting in a delicious stew that's full of protein.
In this work, we are going to interview some people about their habits in Monterrey, and then we are going to check the answers.
Now we are going to make some questions for a person that we think that is like a idiot of the to answer the question that we made before, and also the person will be answered about their personal opinions and the personal experience that he or she had in the places or the things that we asked for.
Hello! We are here with Alcalá, and we're gonna make him an interview about what he does in Monterrey.
Are you used to eating barbecue on Sundays?
Yes, I'm used to.
Are you used to watching soccer games on Saturdays?
Yes, I'm used to.
Are you used to hanging out in Fundidora?
No, I'm not used to.
Are you used to eating barbacoa on Sundays?
Yes, I'm used to.
Are you used to visiting the Musera?
Yes, I'm used to.
Are you used to eating cabrito?
Yes, I'm used to.
Are you used to dancing in the Macro Plaza?
No, I'm not used to.
Are you used to hiking in Chipinque?
Yes, I'm used to.
Are you used to riding in Bosque Mágico?
Yes, I'm used to.
Are you used to swimming in Parque España?
No, I'm used to.
Thank you for the interview.
You're welcome.
To finish in this work, in conclusion, our team and I understood that the habits of the people of Monterrey are different from the others. Besides, we could also learn from the habits of new people, and at the same time we could practice to use too, and with that also learn how to use it.
Talk about the Hurricane Gilberto. Hurricane Gilberto was a typical cyclone that happened over Nuevo León, Tamaulipas, Yucatán, Coahuila, Quintana Roo, and Campeche. and other countries from the America continent.
On September 3rd, in 1988, a tropical wave was detected on satellite imagery as it moved off the coast of Africa. It will wreak havoc in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico for nearly 9 days and become the most destructive storm in the history of Jamaica.
At first, tropical waves showed no signs of organization. It was not until September 8 that low-level circulation was detected. On September 12, Hurricane Gilbert made a direct landfall on Jamaica as a Category 3 hurricane with sustained winds of 201 km per hour and gusts of up to 241 km per hour. This was the first time the island had received a direct hit from a hurricane in 37 years.
On September 40, 1988, Hurricane Gilbert made a second landfall on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 5 storm. The hurricane quickly weakened as it crossed the peninsula and emerged into the Gulf of Mexico as a Category 2 hurricane. The hurricane made its final landfall on September 16, near to town of La Pesca, Mexico, on the northeast coast. The system weakened further as it moved inland, recovered as a heavy rainstorm across Texas and Oklahoma, and then merged with another system over Missouri on 19 September. But when the hurricane appeared in New Orleans was exactly on September 17, 1988 on the midnight. Also, this event is called the worst catastrophes in the city of Monterrey.
The system remained disorganized when satellite images showed a definite circulation center approaching the Windward Island. Over the subsequent days, the wave traversed the tropical Atlantic and developed a broad wind circulation extending just north of the equator. The origins of Hurricane Gilbert trace back to an early tropical wave, an eluded low pressure area moving from east to west that crossed the northwest coast of Africa.
This had many consequences. More than 200 people were dead and unknown amounts of people were missing. The people lost their house and they're starting a homeless life. The Santa Catarina River was overdestroyed, and the circus, a youngest brother, was a standing carpet, originating city, but was overdestroyed for the water that was running the streets, and it never opened the doors again.
A way to prevent it is organizing a plan of emergency, preparing a first aid kit with some water, food, lanterns, radio, batteries, medicines, phone, and other things. Go to the places where you can stay safe or to the security points.